For all the tough talk last night, Norah O'Donnell is picking up at least some indication at the White House that the president may be willing to consider yet another approach. So what have you got, Norah?
Good evening, Bob. Well, even tonight, as the president issued a veto threat on that House Republican plan, his advisors say he's still holding out hope of a compromise. It would have to be, as Nancy indicated, some version of those two bills currently in Congress. And if that is the case, it would mean that the president would have to give up on something he has long advocated, and that is having a deficit reduction bill with tax increases.
This is no way to run the greatest country on earth.
After laying out dire consequences in last night's speech, today the president sent his advisors across the airwaves to promote his message. The message is a political one. The president is preaching compromise, while Republicans are taking the my way or the highway approach. Today, the president's advisor said Mr. Obama would veto the plan proposed by Speaker John Boehner, Press Secretary Jay Carney.
We're in a stalemate. The Speaker's proposal cannot pass the Senate, will not pass the Senate, will not reach the president's desk.
Both the House and Senate bills offer large spending cuts, but do not include the tax revenues long pushed for by the president.
Would the president sign a debt ceiling increase that includes no new tax revenues?
I think the president made clear that the option that the majority leader put forward was a better option than the Speaker of the House put forward. But it does not contain within it upfront revenues. And guess what? That's a compromise.
The only solution, said senior advisor David Plouffe, is for House and Senate leaders to find common ground.
Is there a plan B?
The plan B is you need to compromise. And listen, there's a lot of discussion on Capitol Hill today. What's in the Senate and what's in the House, there's quite a bit of commonality there. So we just need folks on Capitol Hill to compromise, and I expect that they will over the coming days.
But the main sticking point is on the very provision that the president says he won't compromise on, and that is that he wants a debt ceiling raised all the way through 2012 and his re-election bid. Bob?
So, Norah, if we're going to have this compromise offered, when would we expect that the president would offer this?
Well, I think what they want is for the bills to make their way through the House, and then you'd see the House and Senate leaders come together on some sort of compromise, and then the president would have to give up on tax increases and would also perhaps have to give up on whether it's a short-term plan. This is still very difficult, Bob.
And Nancy Court is up on Capitol Hill. Would you see any chance that what Norah has just outlined here, could that pass up there?
I do see a chance of that, Bob, and we're told that Democratic leaders and Republican leaders quietly behind the scenes are still talking because there's a very real possibility that neither bill that's being put forward will pass, and they will have to marry them somehow in time to make that August 2nd deadline.
Okay. Well, keep us posted. Thanks to both of you.